early ball into the path here of Wilfred and Didi. Threw a boot at it, was in truth never really balanced over the top.
Offset on.
But I think Spurs will be a little concerned with how easy he managed to get in behind their defence. Simple run from midfield. Long ball over the top. Indeed, he should do better once he gets in there. Has a lot of time to bring that ball down, allow his midfield, the strikers to get up behind him, goes for the early shot, gets it all wrong.
Dyer, stop Lucas Moura, into Sissoko, Lucas Moura once more. Dele Alli. Slipping away from Iheanacho, looking to exchange with Moura, came back to Iheanacho. Maddison asks Evans, and Evans asks Schmeichel to start again. Leicester coming into this game on an unbeaten run of 6 games in the Premier League, their best unbeaten run since a 12-game sequence during their title year of 15-16. Spurs coming into it with their best points tally at this stage of a season after 15 games since they won the double in 1961, which really only goes to underline, apart from anything else, the extent to which the pace at the very top is so hot. In by Dyer, out by Evans. Now through it again, and Craig Pawson is booking it.
Initial thoughts, it seemed a little harsh to be getting the yellow card out. I suppose when you go to ground in an aggressive manner these days, you're always running the risk, but I did think Dyer got a bit on the ball. He actually did fall over the top, but he found himself a little unfortunate to be picking up a yellow card. Right about Tottenham's run though, the amount of games they've won so far this season is impressive. The way they've gone about their business, certainly in the Premier League, to still not find themselves at the top shows how impressive both Manchester City and Liverpool have been in this early part of the season.
If Spurs were to win here today though, they would be within 6 points of the new leaders.
I think that's the way Mauricio Pochettino likes to operate. He's happy to be under the radar.
Here's Chilwell, he's quick, Iheanacho's through the middle, Chilwell plays it in and Vertonghen gets across.
Well, that's 2 occasions now, a very simple ball from Johnny Evans. It was to Ndidi's run before, it's Chilwell this time, just making a simple run over the top. Fantastic ball by Evans. He's very unlucky not to pick out the run of Iheanacho. Good defender by Vertonghen.
Chilwell fast becoming England's premium left back. Corner's a good one, and Iborra was threatening to get a toe on it from Maddison's delivery. As it is, it's nicked behind for another one.
Terrific delivery. Well, he did give an opportunity for his defenders to go and attack that corner as it came in. Only Sissoko managed to get something on it. There's another opportunity here.
Madison with greater depth this time. Sissoko's header out. Mendy. Maddison. Gray. Maddison. Forced back by Lucas Moura. To a goalkeeper in Kasper Schmeichel, who has kept clean sheets in 3 of the last 5 Premier League games, including the last 2 home games here. Johnny Evans safe and sensible. There are former Southampton managers going up against each other here today. Frenchman and an Argentine. Claude Puel has only won once against Pochettino. It was in this fixture last November. That's poor from Chilwell. He only found Son. He was surrounded by three in blue. This tips over and Leicester have a relieving free kick.
And then it gave a very easy opportunity for Spurs to create a chance there. Son picking the ball up from a sloppy pass from Chilwell. But Leicester City are operating with three defensive midfielders, I think you call them, inside the middle of the park today. Mendy and Ndidi and Ibora. The moment Son picked up that ball, they swarmed round him, and they've been very effective in that middle of the park in the opening 12 minutes of this game.
And that is, Leon, isn't it, a nod to Tottenham's expertise in midfield, because it's a point of difference in the Leicester formation. It's tended just to be Ndidi and Mendy as a pair in defensive midfield.
It has, but you know, they're up against a much better standard of team in Tottenham Hotspur today. You have to show respect sometimes. Make sure you don't give teams like Tottenham, who more often than not have an Eriksen out there alongside the Dele Allis, your Moras, your Sons and your Harry Kanes, all trying to operate in the middle of that park. So you have to make sure you don't give them the space to play the game that they want to.
Winks, Davis, pounced upon by Ndidi. Gray, he's got away from Winks. He's taking on Davis, and it's flicked behind by Jan Vertonghen.
I think what's been impressive in the opening part of this game is, despite that change in tactics, going with a more defensive midfield three, they've still offered a threat in attack. Damari Gray, especially down this right-hand side, Maddison and an advanced Chilwell down the left of all. Been in very impressive attacking areas in the field, causing Spurs problems in this early stages.
Flung in again by Maddison, by Lucas Moura. One back by Ricardo, played in by Maddison. Iheanacho couldn't deal with it. Nor in turn could Ndidi, and Spurs can counter with Dele Alli. Sissoko. Mendy is penalised.
It's a clear foul by Mendy. Does go down the Achilles of Sissoko. Will be a sore one.
He's had his name taken. Frenchman who's played almost all the football this season, only missed the game at Old Trafford on the opening night, and back in October, the draw here against West Ham. He started all 14 other games in the Premier League. Back from his loan in Nice in the south of France. Once more, Son and Davis conspire over a dead ball for Tottenham. Dyer's arriving late. It's Davis with depth, and Schmeichel unchallenged, and fizzing it out in a hurry for Damari Gray. He wants to run away from Aurier. Having done that, he couldn't get clear of Sissoko as well.
Another great tackle by Sissoko. Really was a strong one. It was great to see both players immediately jump up. No hint of rolling around or any untoward with regards to diving or it being a tough tackle. Really great to see those tackles still exist in the Premier League.
Son's the chaser. Morgan has stayed with him. And Son played it against Morgan to earn Tottenham a corner.
It's the first time in the match that a Spurs player, certainly Son, has made a run in behind this Leicester defence for the first 15 minutes of this game. Spurs all coming short towards the ball, on ball over the top, and they end their first corner.
Here come the two big Belgians. Alderweireld and Vertonghen in the company of Eric Dyer. By Son, out by Chilwell. Here's Aurier. Son. Winks. Vertonghen. Ali. Lucas Moura. Eric Dyer. Lucas Moura. Davis. Dyer. Ali. Aurier. Chilwell stood his ground. Here's Harry Winks. Picked ahead of Danny Rose today, which might or might not mean that Danny Rose is likely to play in Barcelona in the week. Alderweireld. Davis. And Son. Sissoko. She'll run away from Aurier. He gave him a pretty robust shove.
Good header by Chilwell. Keeps his eyes on the ball as it's coming. Doesn't concern himself with the pressure from Aurier. Great header. Takes the knock. Takes a foul for his team to relieve the pressure. First time Spurs have had any real possession in the game. Certainly in the Leicester City half. Knocking it from side to side. Leicester on the back foot. Much better from Spurs.
Pereira. James Maddison. That's beautifully spread. Chilwell face to face with Sissoko. Maddison just out of the reach of an adventurous run from Ricardo Pereira, the right full back at the inside left channel.
You can see the effect that Maddison has on this team at the moment. Plays a lovely ball out to Children. You're thinking he's just going to take a touch and cross it, but they're all looking to get him back on the ball as often as possible. And he picks out a fantastic pass into the middle of the penalty area there, just out of reach. Good play from Maddison especially. He's created the most chances of any Leicester player this season.
And he's scored in each of the last two games. Super goal here against Watford and then another at Fulham in the week. Davis. Held up well by Ricardo Pereira. Mendy. Iheanacho's on his way. Lloris is off limits and judged it smartly.
He does that so well. Does Lloris. Really does play an advanced position on the edge of that penalty area. Call it sweeper keeper these days. Always in a position to come out and get rid of the danger if anything goes over the top of the two centre halves of Spurs. Important again there, Iheanacho. potentially through on goal. Great positioning from the Tottenham goalkeeper.
Right. Let's go. Need to eat some food, boy. Can't hear nothing from people. Yeah, special coffee.
Aurier wants to take on Chilwell, who's stuck tight to his man and came away with the ball. Mendy, Gray, leading off Davis, and looking early for Maddison's just too high. I think heavy for James Maddison.
Hang Tinkle, Madison.
It's too heavy, but it was a really good bit of play again by Leicester City. They'll certainly be probably the more pleased of the two teams in this opening 22 minutes of the game. Been solid in the middle of the field, defensively, looking like they're happily keeping Spurs out at the moment and just on the edge of creating a clear-cut chance themselves. So the club, well, will be quite pleased with the way this opening 22 minutes has gone.
It's a juggling job for all the Premier League managers, of course, in December, using the squad to their best advantage, but perhaps for none more than Pochettino, who has this critical Champions League game on Tuesday, and then after next weekend has a League Cup quarter-final, which is a repeat of the North London derby. They've got another trip to Arsenal so soon after having been well beaten there just last weekend.
I know you wanna touch.
It's never a bad thing that though, when you've just lost in a derby game, an opportunity to put it right. Really will want to put that right, put a dent in the recent good fortunes, a good run.
It's a lovely ball for Lucas Moura. What a sumptuous touch from him too. Looking for Leicester that Ricardo Pereira was where he was.
Played by Spurs. Of all of the play we've had, it's been 2 or 3 long balls over the top. Direct passes, I think we call them, that have created the opportunity so far tonight.
Aubameyang. Why would you put him there?
Sissoko.
You put Ngodian and change him. I don't know.
Winks.
I don't know.
Tap by Maddison. That's to be an Nacho.
Welcome to you all. Martin Tyler here, Alan Smith is with me, and we feature, of course, football from the FUT Champions Weekend League.
Yeah, huge weekend in the football calendar. Always put a circle around that one in my diary. And been looking forward to this for months on end now.
And this is the way they will start the game today.
Eric Laporte plays with Toby Alderweireld as the centre-backs. David Silva plays alongside Marouane Fellaini in the middle of the park.
He's come for an attacking lineup with 2 out-and-out attackers.
Attacking in the wide areas, getting Ben Davis
Now we can
and
check on the
Aurier involved in
Sami
higher positions, stretching this Leicester defence
plays with Blaise Matuidi in the centre of the park.
They just go with the one striker up front.
Straight ahead, Dele Alli now.
The referee asserting his authority here early on, giving that free kick. Deeney. Silva. Trying to tackle him, and he's done that.
I think Dele Alli may have been trying to play Ben Davis out on this left-hand side. Maybe not.
The last line of defence, but how strong he was.
Just straight a yard
Now
offside.
Anthony Martial. Fellaini. Here's Martial.
Chilwell, Trevor. Deeney. Maddison. Mendy. Gray.
Passes, keeping the ball.
Damari Gray.
That's a great interception.
Ricardo.
They've lost the ball in a bad area. Not really getting the radar right from that kind of position.
Hands are greasy, boy.
From his teammates there.
Got back to spinning off his toes.
Reggie 9 goal. Aubameyang.
Sergio Aguero.
Such an advanced position, getting on this great pass. Manages to keep it in. Can't do any more than
Shots on here.
just try and fire it across the front of that penalty area. And they've been so advanced. Damari Gray working so hard to get back. Really appreciated it.
Trying to switch on the...
Gabriel Jesus!
Jesus!
That's the way to take the
Jesus!
lead. That's a stunning goal. Fine move. Excellent application in front of goal. He's a really good player.
Dyer.
And he's taken the chance with some aplomb.
Dele Alli. It's beautifully done. He's still going here, Dele Alli.
Well, they've all gone to the defender to say well done.
Eric Dyer.
The guy who had the chance really should have scored.
Well, he had the chance to get his shot away, even though he had to take it quickly. Should have done better.
Oh, lucky from Dele Alli. The way he took the ball and managed to knock it past, I think it was Ricardo, while the ball was still in the air. Ricardo couldn't touch him once he's in that penalty area. Just couldn't find any space to get his shot away. But he's in his wide areas. He found himself with a bit more time.
Very quickly when they get possession.
Dele Alli. Back by Evans from behind Son.
Oh, what a cheeky attempt.
Striker was in a hurry. Winks was able to read it.
He was slow, boy.
Raja Knight Golan. Well, here comes the support. Dini.
Dyer. Son.
Fellaini.
Almost worked out after dropping a shoulder.
Reading of the play by the
Couldn't
defender.
play him in. And Dini can come away. Chilwell.
Coming on strong, looking to play their way through now.
Chilwell's infuriated. Spurs aren't waiting to argue.
Shots on!
Lucas Moura.
Oh, charged down.
Dele Alli. Lucas Moura. Ali. Clear of Evans, but not the ball.
Now he's looking
Seems like
for
he's in
some
the mood,
support.
that's for certain.
Antonio
Chilwell
Valencia.
just gets caught up in situations. He's after the foul. Instead of getting straight back in to be part of the shape of his defence. He's complaining to the linesman. Just gives Spurs the opportunity to start an attack.
What is that?
Left-hand side. Fantastic skill again from Dele Alli. Just again couldn't get his shot away.
He is a delight when he's on it. Tonight it feels as though he's on it.
Fabinho anticipated the direction of the pass and was able to intervene.
Son's deep corner.
Good strong tackle.
The Tottenham centre
Aubameyang.
over the cross-bar.
Matuidi.
Gabriel Jesus.
Good corner. From Son out here, but Son was just on full stretch. Couldn't quite
Very much in
get
free
over it
kick
to
territory.
direct it towards that goal frame.
Aubameyang wants
The
it,
pressure
he's
from
playing the
Chilwell,
ball.
He may be a touch disappointed he couldn't get over that either there, the tunnel.
Well, that's a good strike in the end, and just wide.
Yeah, he did hit it well. Not sure the keeper was getting there.
There's
You know.
Aguero and Aubameyang.
Room now out on the wing. Fellaini. Spaced across the ball now. It's not really away.
For
More
Ricardo.
clearance.
Clear of Winks. In for Madison.
They've lost the ball.
James Madison.
Counter-attack could be there.
Another important steal by Sissoko.
Aguero.
It's not his first of the
Gabriel
game by any
Jesus.
means.
He's been important defensively, but you feel the better team's going to get that opening goal. It's going to be Dele Alli or Madison at the other end for Leicester.
They played well to this
Played
point.
very lively.
Sometimes a two-goal lead
Here's
can
Dele
be
Alli.
a dangerous one. We'll see.
Making an important
The
block
intentions
for
of the
Paris
opposition there
Mendy.
to make the interception.
He had to make it because Leicester just went to sleep on the throw-in. Dele Alli, speed of thought, speed of mind.
Just incisive pass.
Made a fantastic little run in behind Evans and
time.
Morgan and just didn't get picked up.
Winks. Ali.
Valencia. Now on to
Sissoko.
Martial.
Aurier.
Rushing it here.
Dyer.
Moving from one side to the other. There's still time if they can get this goal. And in it goes. Perfect header.
Great movement as the ball came in.
Really very good header. Great technique. Worthy goal.
He's always on the move in the box, this lad. We know he's a fine header of the ball. He's shown it there.
Shot on.
Sissoko. Lucas
Blocks the
Moura.
cross.
Dele Alli. Serge Aurier.
Better Nainggolan. Here's a chance to attack.
Showed a lot more patience in that attack than Spurs, and find the Dele Alli again in a terrific area. Touched by Lucas Moura.
They lead by 2 now.
We didn't do enough on the pass out to Aurier arriving. The defending in the end by Leicester.
3-1 the scoreline.
And the referee...
Sky.
Can they cash in? Son's corner beyond Dyer. Dele Alli full of running. Goes to fetch.
Goes to fetch, you know.
For the second half in this match in the FUT Champions Weekend League.
Aguero. Aubameyang.
Winks carried off it.
That is a free kick.
Ndidi, Craig.
They've got a chance to really make the most of that decision.
I think he's going to go for goal. Why not? Great chance to.
Aguero.
Oh, fuck off.
It's an own goal. Bad enough to be behind now, but to do it with an own goal is particularly annoying for the team and the player in question. Good challenge here.
That won't be a sore as well, anyway. Put down the Achilles as always. The painful one. Madison certainly would be feeling that one. Free kick in a reasonably dangerous position. Opportunity to put it into the penalty area of Spurs.
Very off colour.
Swung high by Madison, just too high for Ricardo.
Forrest attacking well here.
Dyer, his confidence. Davis, not much on his clearance.
Here's the shot.
Ebola.
Blocked that well. They can be quick on the break now.
Ndidi.
He just kicked it a little bit there, and pass goes straight to the opposition. Superb individual skill.
Oh, see you later.
Here's Martial.
It's quite a fierce coming together between
Just getting
Davis
across
and Ebola there.
thought quickly as well.
Neither has come out of it any better than they went into it.
It's a good place to win the ball here. He's got his shot off now.
Of course, he's put himself
This is a
a bit
real
of time.
shock. You can see it in the faces of the players, and you can hear it in the lack of noise, if you like,
Deciding which
from
of
the
the two
supporters.
is the
Well, those
guiltier.
fans can't even be bothered
Hear
to
the
give their
scream
players
of
any stick
the
at the
ball
moment.
from up
They're
here at
just
the back of the stands.
stunned into
But I
silence.
don't think Davis did an awful lot wrong. He got to the
Looking
ball
for the
first,
cross.
the belt in. The ball just kicked the bottom of his boots, and
Fabinho.
it's a sore one, but I think as the
Gabriel
referee
Jesus.
rightly pointed out at the end, if it was a free kick, it was going to go Spurs' way.
And he goes for the chip. He's gone for the chip. It's a goal.
Oh my god, this is an arse kicking and a half.
Davis, much more reached him.
I don't think we expected this. Such a one-sided affair. But look at the scoreline. We've reached the hour
Writing out his
mark.
full-back too.
Half an hour to go.
Still get the feeling both teams haven't quite done enough to get their opening goal yet. Still weighing each other up. Spurs have
Pen.
to operate without Harry Kane in this first half. Haven't had to do that often in the past 2 or 3 seasons.
Oh, David Silva's first
Playing
on the
without
scene,
the
Martin.
big number 9, so it's
That ain't a pen.
It's a new way of playing this evening.
Not gone. There's still a long way to go, but
Here goes
it's
Mendy.
a step in the right direction with this goal.
They're committed to the tackle and it worked out well.
We're getting into the realms of crazy scorelines now. 6-2.
It is too far to think of a recovery here, but you know,
Both teams are
maybe
working hard. They're
people
just
take
not
positives from
prepared to
games, and
gamble
this
enough to
consolation
make
goal
their
might be a
overlap and run
positive
that might
for the
expose them
manager.
Yeah, I
defensively.
think so for the
They
next
know
game
how
as much as
easy
anything
they've
else,
been to
because
score
for
against
this
each other
game
in the
it's,
last few
it's all
seasons.
up,
They
it's
don't
all
want to
over.
get too much away this evening.
No, it's been a pleasant game.
Patience is
Perfectly
the name
good
of the
watch.
game at
10
the
minutes
moment.
before half-time.
Good play.
Not a very
They've
watchable
lost the
football,
ball now.
but actually
The
neither
opposition
goalkeeper
can
yet
get
has
at them.
really been inconvenienced.
No, and that comes to in the final third. Does your full-back overlap really?
I
You know,
did
do you make
think
that
that
last
this
minute
would
run
be one of the
to try and
tightest games
create
we've
something
seen,
for your
Alan,
team,
but
or do you just stay in your
sure, it's
position?
gone the other way.
Yeah, it has. It has. I think
Still
everybody
wide for Chilwell.
Shoots!
Not really tested the goalkeeper, but sometimes it can look a bit too easy. He made sure he made the
All
save
those goals he scored
competently.
one for
Yeah, he did,
Leicester.
and he doesn't
They
make
Chilwell
too
on
many
the,
mistakes, this
night.
lad.
A year and a half ago when Spurs won 6-1 here, Chilwell got the one.
Gabriel Jesus.
Good memory for him.
It was
Problem
an
was
easy
that Kane got
cutout
the 4.
for the opposition, saw the pass coming. 20 minutes of the 90 still to play.
Looking to widen the play, really, widen the build-up, but the ball just runs straight out over the touchline.
He has
Saw the
scored
look
since,
from the other
actually.
player and saw
Sure, that
probing
is
the
okay.
pass.
Don't think there was any confusion, really.
Valencia, James Forrest.
Alderweireld.
Here's a chance to just stretch the opposition with a bit of width. Aubameyang.
Chilwell rolled off it by Moura.
Probing the pass
Through
getting
by
through with
Vertonghen.
good
Dele
piece of
Alli.
anticipation.
One of those characteristic surges of his, and then he tumbled.
Strong, fair challenge,
To
balls
the
out for a throw
dismay
though.
of Johnny Evans, and
Gabriel
indeed many
Jesus.
Leicester fans behind that goal. Craig Paulson's choosing to make no decision.
Spurs have definitely been at their best when Dele Alli's been.
Come on.
The ball probably wasn't
When's this
really
game on?
If he hadn't touched it, it was a goal.
Now, one of the keepers thanking him for that bit of closing down by his defender.
By Alderweireld.
And it's with Handanovic.
Ricardo.
Rafael Varane.
Maddison.
Aguero.
Chilwell.
Angola.
And that's a Son.
Picking this
Dele
straight to
Alli.
the
Lucas
opposition.
Moura. And now Sissoko's on his way.
Good press from
With reinforcements
Free kick given.
alongside. And the disappointment therefore that he could find neither of them.
Silva.
It was a great run down the right-hand side, but showed real power to get into that area.
Now
Cuts
Laporte.
inside, and when you're asking
Able
for
to cut
support,
it. Incisive
you have
pass.
two players, Dele Alli
In on
and
goal,
Son,
Aguero.
tearing down this left-hand side. And
It's been called a football match, but it hasn't been much of a match-up between the two sides.
tried to be a bit too
The winners
clever in
conclusively at
Wes
their
Morgan,
best.
Wes
And the
Morgan did
losers
enough to stop the
just
counter-attack.
aching to hear the final
Opportunity
whistle
missed
now.
that for Spurs.
On the attack here.
This could be a chance. Another goal-scoring moment from a serial scorer. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Little surprising that it is as one-sided as this late in the game. But the team leading deserve
Sissoko and
margin.
Dele Alli went to ground as he
It's
looked
going
to
to be a
back
very
up the
comfortable
penalty area in
victory.
the company of Johnny Evans.
Blocked off the pass there.
That's the argument, though, isn't it? I think there was contact. Dele Alli probably could have jumped up.
Sergio Aguero. Good vision here. Aguero. Oh, nowhere near.
No, he skewed that
7-2,
one. He
boy.
skewed it badly.
Some fucking awful results.
We've got two added minutes.
There will be a
Regan
minimum
Nainggolan.
of 2 minutes. Of
Gabriel
added time.
Jesus.
First viewing, the ball certainly seemed to
Going
change
forward
direction.
Here's the shot.
Went pretty much.
Good enough to place that shot.
8-2.
Right into the top corner.
Should just give up playing this fucking game.
Actually winning the ball. Referee
It's a
right on the
tough
spot to
game for
call
the team
that.
that are trailing. They're out of the...
Wow.
And in terms of distance, it's one of those
Sort of
which is wheels on the
spanking.
dust. Not many flying from this far out.
It was never on the cusp for me.
Oh,
Far too far away from the
oh,
ball.
I feel hurt.
But you're right, but when you've got people like Son, they can certainly hit the ball from this distance.
And it's Son and Davis, right, left-footed combination. Sissoko's
I have
keeping
to
them
sell
company.
Maradona, boy. I need a proper striker.
Well, it's a distance, it is very straight. And Son went for goal. Cleared it.
As you can see, you can always get the power. Professional footballers these days really do have the power to reach the goal. It's just trying to get it inside that goal frame, getting it to come down with the action that they use, hitting the valve of the ball, getting it to move all over the place. Son tried it on that occasion, just didn't really have any control over the flight of the ball.
Who was the first pro to work out this valve thing? Was it Ronaldo? That's what that sort of received wisdom has come back to Iheanacho's offside. But that science of the free kick suddenly moved up a level, didn't it, about a decade ago?
Yeah, I mean, the first time I remember it was that free kick Cristiano Ronaldo scored against Portsmouth at Old Trafford, and David James didn't know where to look, just looked at the ball, and you could see. I don't think we'd really seen it before, certainly not at the highest level, not on TV. The movement that you can get on the balls these days. I don't know how long he spent practicing that, trying to work that out.
Scooped up by Morgan, touched on by Iheanacho, then returned by Gray. Stephen Chilwell.
Fekir.
Well, it's a super day for us all as you join us here. Martin Tyler along with Alan Smith, of course. We're excited. I hope you're excited too with the action coming up from the FUT champions. Good vision here. Don't need to see all the cards here from the referee. He's keeping the cards in his pocket. Just a free kick.
Well, the way he's teed the ball up here, Martin, it looks like he's going to have
Pochettino and Spurs have
This is a
19
good
league matches
opportunity.
without a draw
Put the ball
game.
into the penalty area now.
Since Maradona draw at Brighton in the middle of April. And actually matches a club record which has stood since 1930.
Played down the wing, keeping the wide attack
Wanted to
going.
turn out this way, but if nothing alters
Sterling,
in the course of
get his cross in now.
next 50-odd minutes of
Rashford,
football,
the target for that
Spurs
cross.
will make a bit of history here tonight.
My research is correct. There's been no 0-0 draws for 86
Well, there are
games
players here
in this fixture, which is
Oh, come off it, man.
Really in the clear now, in on goal.
The way things are at the moment, I'm about to say...
Seriously.
Really good
Like,
goal.
what the fuck?
The celebrations reflect that. The supporters are going crazy. It's a terrific moment for the
The
team.
fuck is that all about?
through every one of those
So the
86
first goal
just to
is
make
1-0.
sure.
One goalless draw in 96 league meetings. Just the one.
Good place to win the ball here.
Out by Evans.
It goes out wide again. It's Jesse Lingard. He saw the look from the other player and saw where the pass was going. He read it.
That's all.
So 90 seconds out from half time. We're yet to see an attempt on target.
Get out of there, man.
And some good play by both teams on the edges.
Cut that out
The
well
volunteers
read.
just inside the final thirds.
Anthony
Ali and
Martial.
Madison in
You
particular.
work it out. Work it out. Work it out.
Yet.
Saved it.
Work it out.
Really troubled the
How is it
goalkeepers.
I'm playing the
Gone
ball
out for a corner.
and man don't fucking release?
Corner played into the middle. Oh, they could have pushed on if he put
But
that
yet,
away.
man,
They've
these
got to
men
show the kid a touch, they
fucking
really
bullshit, man.
It's gone out for a throw. Dembele. Fabinho.
The Son.
McTweedy.
Son for Aurier. It's Chilwell. Field by Tamari Gray.
McTweedy. Now Anthony Martial.
Has to do much better
Shots
there.
on. Goalkeeper
Yeah,
hangs
that
on.
job. The ball comes up to him. His team's defending on the edge of their own penalty
Oh,
area. He's
fuck
not under
off.
any real pressure from Alderweireld as that ball comes up.
Fuck off.
Just got to bring it down.
Bullshit game, man.
Bring his team up the field.
The keeper had other ideas. Swung in from the corner. Good defensive clearance there.
It's like you just give up.
Here's Martial.
Can't bothered.
Here's the shot. Well, that was so close.
Can't even
to
get
going
near
inside
them.
the post, but it's just straight past the outside.
Yeah, I think he beat the keeper, you know, but just not got it within the
Surrounded to
framework of the
Dyer.
goals.
Dele Alli
He's
going the
been
other way.
unlucky.
Son up
Jesse
alongside him.
Lingard.
He's found Son Heung-min.
It's a very good
Now Dele Alli
interception.
on the burst. What for a retrieval by Wes Morgan, who had no margin
Sterling.
for error there at all.
Now Lingard. Diego Maradona.
Terrific defender
Now
by Wes
really in
Morgan.
the clear now.
What sums up this first half? Good bits of play. Again involving Dele Alli on the edge of that penalty area, but what a terrific tackle that was.
Quick
by
into
Wes
the
Morgan.
tackle.
Had to get it right.
And the result is
And
going
he's
to be a
given
throw.
a penalty kick away.
Tackle goes in.
Sissoko.
Oh, fucking bull.
Sissoko.
Well, they've got the set piece. Just haven't they?
Chilwell
This
has
just
got
suits
it.
him.
20
Well, they've got
seconds
to
of
get this
stoppage
ball
time to
right,
play.
Martin, because he...
That was a good
Son
chance.
Heung-min.
Boom.
Get level here.
Well, it certainly was a good
1-0
move.
Spurs.
Give him another chance, I think he might take it.
Sung Yo Mong.
Here's Martial. Fekir. Now this looks promising.
Those 3 games running for Son Heung-min. Harry
Defenders managed
Ho.
to get in the way there. Fekir.
It's a beauty.
Fabinho again. Here's Maradona now.
What a terrific hit this is by Son. He just drifts away from the two centre-halves, just to the corner of that penalty area.
In the clear now.
Picks it up, but no real pressure on him.
Come on.
Just to,
he was exposed.
To unleash a shot.
He won the challenge.
Evans tries to get out with him, but he sets it off.
Here's Maradona
perfectly,
now.
just on that far post.
Sterling.
Always curling back inside.
Oh, come off it.
The frame of the goal.
Tested to the full strip at that time.
Kasper Schmeichel can't do anything about it, but
Robbed.
there's no real pressure on his shot. He was allowed to pick the ball up, drift into the space he wanted.
That's his game, isn't it?
Intercepting when you've got the quality he's got. And you're in the form he is at the moment. More than likely he's going to find the back of the goal.
Proper clearance. Well away from the danger zone.
Scored in each of the last two Premier League home games, Sunday Min, and now one away from home that changes the mood. One shot on target in the entire first half. What a shot it was. Right at the climax of a game.
Oh, come off it.
Nearly, but not quite.
Stupid.
Heung-min has come up with some moments.
Took the ball off, man, and then boom, it's attached to his foot again.
Maybe next time.
Work that out.
Well, that man has provided the difference, his third in 4 Premier League games.
Well, that's
and
not
what
so
a
much an
strike
interception
to
as a poor
separate
pass.
the two teams at half-time and put Mauricio Pochettino's team in front.
This guy's just laughing at man.
Back in the top 4.
It's a good place to win the ball here.
Come on now. Come on now.
Kane. Here's Sterling. They can be quick on the break
Hotspur
now.
hope to get their ambitions of qualifying for the European place back on track. Harry Kane has got 14 goals in his last 14 Premier League fixtures. Whipped in by Townsend. Goalkeeper got there, but he was unable to keep out Tottenham, and he's unable to keep out Harry Kane. Certainly in the middle, as is Eriksen and Kane.
Sterling.
The goals just keep coming. This for the hat-trick. It is the hat-trick. A 50th career goal for Harry Kane.
Via that deflection.
Corner.
Decided that this time they're going to play the short corner. Good challenge here.
The star of the show is a great English centre
Now
forward.
Marcus Rashford.
Stopping Harry Kane is just too difficult.
Kane.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, he just appeared to snatch at that a little bit.
The fuck?
There's going to be 3 minutes added on.
And fucking just went through them. What the fuck was that all about? Fucking hard enough.
Martial.
Come off it. What is this bullshit?
This goal advantage. They've now got a
Game's just robbing me left, right and centre, boy.
well away from goal. The shot's off. Well, safe hands from the goalkeeper there. Not the most demanding save, but it had to be made. So it's 1-0 here as the half-time whistle goes.
Putrakan. That's pissing.
Ready to go for the second half in this match in the FUT Champions Weekend League.
So I just bought it from Twitter really.
Stop the game for the free kick. It's a yellow card.
Yeah, I think so. Looking back on it, he had no choice at all.
Never ever thought I'd see it.
Diego Maradona.
Oh, come on.
As they can. Could be a problem. Defend it well. Goes to corner. Only partially cleared, so still some problems for them.
Leicester's very own fantastic Leicester foot.
David Luiz. Here's Sterling.
He's one of the first players I remember when I was a kid. Cambiasso, he was just a leader. Everyone loved him. Mozzie, is it? When I was growing up.
Jesus Christ.
This might just suit him.
Morgan, captain through.
I think he's going to go for goal.
Oh, come on. You're not putting nothing in for me.
Opportunity, I think.
Here's Sterling. Yeah, the whole time we got the players.
To send these guys off.
Not hiding behind, brandishing a card.
Yeah, but that player will have to be careful from now on. Last chance league.
No one's ever done it like
Well, he can't go for goal, but it is a dangerous situation this because
The fans
it's on the
have
money,
been
it's going to be hard to
electric
defend
all the way
against.
through.
Come on.
just makes you want to come back to the
this equaliser.
The fuck? Now you forget how to defend because you've been attacking so long. Oh, look at that. See what I'm saying? It's just rob man. This game. What is up with this game? Whole game man's attacking him, you know.
Restarting at 2-0. Lacazette. That's his game, isn't it? Intercepting. Rashford.
Well, we had to wait. The first shot on target ended up in the back of the net. Spurs lead Leicester by a goal to nil. Needed something special in the end.
Absolutely nothing between the game. 50-50 game, could have gone either way. Not a lot of goal efforts and a bit of magic from
Oh, come on.
He's capable of doing this.
He's not putting nothing in for me, boy.
And Leicester should know it. He cannot open up the pitch and let him come inside you like that. Because what he does, he ends up...
Does he come inside?
I mean, Sissoko's been okay, he's driving forward. This ball breaks down and Son just gets himself in a position to receive.
You are having a bubble. Absolute bubble and squeak.
Now, once he's going to turn inside, then he opens up the goal.
Oh my God.
To not let Schmeichel see any of the ball. If you see it now, just run it. I mean, he just spins inside. That is poor play. And then he just uses the defenders as a wall. Schmeichel can't see it until it's past him. It's real quality. You see it better here. Hands inside, and Schmeichel cannot see that ball. He just uses the ball. Just spins it around him. Fantastic quality from Son. He's so quality. He's got so much quality. He can go both ways. You know, on his right side, left side. He's got the full package. You know, he really is a goal threat. And when you want to leave Harry Kane out.
He saw the danger and snuffed it out.
It looked like a massive risk until that.
Fucking piss me off,
I still
man.
think that's a little bit of a risk.
Chronic
I think the most
canal.
Tottenham have are sitting on the bench.
Why are you in a canal?
Eriksen and Kane. If they can get away with it today, then it's a box ticked because that big game against Leicester in midweek.
If you were Claude Puel, do you feel you could have done a
rubbed
little
on
bit
this
better
game, boy.
Well, I think you feel that Iborra is dropping into the centre half, and you want Mendy not to be allowed to be Son 1v1, and you want to stop that profile. It's very unfortunate that the only moment that you got Spurs hurting you there, as Tim was saying. At this point, number 21, Iborra, is doing nothing in between the two centre halves. He needs to just try to get higher up, closer to Mendy, and make sure that if that 1v1
Forget how to tackle with the defense.
Yeah, Johnny Evans tried to stop
it.
that space. Is too late. There should have been a body already there, and Claude Puel will be very disappointed with that starting position.
What about what Leicester can do to try and hurt Tottenham?
Well, I think the intent is very clear, and that's why Leicester's still in the game. Just watch a little bit what Leicester they try to do. We all know that Spurs have high line. As soon as they win the ball, just keep an eye in almost.
Oh, you having a laugh?
No Leicester player will try to come into the ball. It's always looking for that space that is behind the back foot. Here, Sissoko does really well and comes across. Again, Johnny Evans has got the ball.
My God.
It's not almost wanting to look for that sort of...
Oh, get out of him.
It's a quick 4-5 seconds attack to get into the box. And again, here's Jan Vertonghen defending that action. Well, what that does is that is an attitude. Schmeichel's got the ball straight away.
It's how he scored all his goals or some cheap shit.
You see the players in these sort of positions, opening the legs and using, almost putting all the Spurs players in the back foot and make them leave. That just gives you an attitude to almost bring a threat. Again, Sissoko, that he was defensively very alert.
This game's pissing me off.
Well, he's just one of those awful plays in the office, Martin, that you
watch it
want
here.
to come
This
to
is
an end
a
sooner
really
rather
good
than
one.
later here.
Just watch
such a
one-sided
affair.
intent. As soon as the ball is in an area that it can be played forward, he'll never want to get the ball into his feet. He's going to be in behind. So Leicester's got a real intent. Spurs, they need to get that second goal. Otherwise, this game is really open because the belief is that, again, that running behind is making it a very dynamic play. So we'll see exactly the same approach in the second half. So that second goal is going to be key.
Absolutely. Next goal is important. Still plenty of hope and belief.
And in he goes with the tackle. I think he saw the look from the other player and saw where the pass was going and read it. It's Jesse Lingard. We've got 10 minutes left on the clock. A chance to break away now on the counter. Neatly intercepted.
I wanted it to go at all.
Lacazette. Fabinho. Poor attempt at a pass, really. Diego Maradona. And now the shot! We're going to get a corner here because of that deflection.
For Leicester, remember, who are 7 unbeaten before today in all competitions. Claude Puel delivering his message at the moment. Mauricio Pochettino without...
Yeah, stop pretending you're giving out FIFA coins, man. Who won FIFA coins? You know, I duplicate for you, and then, you know, chat shit. You need to get banged in your mouth for saying who wants FIFA coins. I prefer to fucking rape your mum. FIFA fucking coins, you cunt. Whatever, man.
It's a well-worked corner. It's a well-worked goal.
Always disappointed.
Who wants FIFA coin to speak English? That's how you know he's full of shit.
Well, that's an awesome goal.
Who wants FIFA coin? I prefer to sit here and lose than fucking get
one team
all
really on
play.
their game today. The other very off colour.
I'm not even watching this game though.
To be played about in time.
Got fucked up.
The direction of the pass and was able to intervene. And a goal against the former club. Low ball into the box. Harry Kane has now scored more.
Look at that man just walked into my
Goalkeeper
thing.
made the save, but he couldn't hold it. Good vision here. Ali got on the ball in midfield. Well read.
Fucking prick.
I hope you enjoyed the game.
Typically Tottenham, 20 goals for Son this season. Not the most vaunted of
20 goals a song and he ain't even done shit.
Here's Vardy, onside, and sweeper keeper to the rescue, but he's stranded, and Didi, still no keeper. Chilwell, can he do it? He can! His first goal for Leicester, after the Reece went on safari.
How much is an old Bamiyang?
On the outside is Alderweireld. The header back across and in by Kane.
532,000.
Exacting a heavy toll on one of his old clubs.
See how much Giggs is.
Kane. Son. Herring forward in support.
That's a 92,700.
Son places it beautifully, accurately into the bottom corner, and Tottenham lead 4-1 now. Here's Kane.
Oh, scored! He scored
of the season. First Spurs player to achieve that since the great Jimmy Greaves in the 60s.
980 for score.
Once more, Harry Kane.
Gerrard.
He's got 4. Spurs are in Leicester for 6.
Gerrard.
Before it was painful for the deposed champions.
Not realistic.
Now it's bordering on the embarrassing. But it's a horrible night for a club who this time last year were...
Which stage to bring back is Canto.
The talk of the sporting world, they have been dismantled here. Full-time score, Leicester City 1.
Son's special strike.
I need a break.
At the break between Spurs and Leicester. Spurs without Kane and Eriksen. So, Leicester, what can they change to try and get back into the...
I think they have to have more of a threat. Yeah, Nacho for me is isolated up there. I don't think he looks like a threat. Don't like he's gonna affect the defence.
Top of your face,
for me, I'd bring off Mendy into here and bring Okazaki onto the field. There, that's it. We're getting there. No, you do.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go. In there. Push him up front. And adjust the midfield.
I'm having a break.
Bring Maddison back into here. Maybe as a 10, possibly. Just give him some more support. I think Tottenham, at the moment, this Tottenham team are there for the taking. Do you? I think they are. I think they're there for the taking. I think they are. They can be open at the back. They can be vulnerable. They have got their eye on Wednesday, which is a massive Champions League fixture. I think, have a go. Why not? You have a go fighting. Have a go going down. At the moment, it's weak. Their attacking force for me is very, very weak. They're at home. Get this crowd behind you and have a real go and try and win this football match by bringing 2 strikers on.
I need to...
Okazaki will do this anyway. You know, he comes and thickens up. He recognises when to thicken up the midfield. It gives them more of a threat. And you get this kid on the ball as much as you can, Maddison, because he's got that little bit of guile. He can open you up with a pass.
OK, well, let's see what Leicester can do to try and get back into this, back in the company of Leon Osman and Peter Drury.
Well, Claude Puel is surfing the wave of an unbeaten run in the Premier League, which stretches back 6 games to defeat at Tottenham's North London rivals Arsenal on Monday the 22nd of October. 4 draws, only 2 wins in that run. Nevertheless, Leicester do have a basis of self-belief, something on which to lean now that they have a deficit to make up here. Their home and away form very similar. They've lost twice here, 3 times on the road. Only Liverpool and Everton have beaten them on this ground. They had their threatening moments, but they didn't ask Hugo Lloris to make a save. Son Heung-min, the only man to hit a shot at goal in the first period, right at the end of the first period, and Tottenham have another advantage on the road.
Be right back,
They've had to travel for a while off the back of 2 travelling London derbies. They won at Palace, they lost at Arsenal. They've come to the Midlands, and after a fair bit of huffing and puffing, they are where they want to be. And of course, ideally, Leon Osman, they would be able to wrap this up with a second, perhaps a third goal, and not have to worry about going to their bench Spurs and concerning the likes of Eriksen and Kane.
Well, that was the game plan Mauricio Pochettino had in mind when he picked this side. He does have strength to come off the bench in Harry Kane and Eriksen, but he'd much rather use some of those young players, those up-and-coming players, and Kudu and Walker Peters, if he has the opportunity.
Maddison, Chilwell. Maddison. Evans. Morgan.
Interested to see if Leicester's game plan changes going into this second half. Played largely on the counter-attack in that first half. Really did try and let Spurs come onto them and play in the spaces behind them with runs from Ndidi and Gray and Maddison's pace. They need to go in search of a goal now in this second half.
Son and Davis. Snatched out by Evans, in by Moura for Dele Alli, beaten away by Schmeichel. The flag had stayed down. So that was an important intervention by the Leicester keeper.
Crucial. Really was crucial. He was brave. Dele Alli really charging him down, trying to get anything he could on the ball. Stood really tall in that Leicester City goal. Kasper Schmeichel keeping his team in the game.
Early from Ndidi, Kelechi Iheanacho, moved on for Chilwell. Chilwell's pulled back, links with the clearance. Mora's gather. And he skipped away from Mendy and he fed it up to Dele Alli. Look at the space that Winks has far side. Dele Alli went himself and then fed Son.
Winks had all the space in the world on the other side of that pitch. If Dele Alli could have just raised his head and maybe left the ball in that space for him.
Son. Once was good, twice perhaps fanciful.
Yeah, when you just scored at the end of the first half, Nothing wrong with trying that again in this second half. We see that earlier attack from Tottenham. Evans doesn't quite clear it. Mora just helps it back in there, just keeps the attack alive, and still onside. Lively as ever in there, Dele Alli. Kasper Schmeichel just does enough, brave enough, kept his eyes on the ball, made sure Dele Alli couldn't get anything on it.
His clearance though has hit Dele Alli. Lucas Moura looked to give it him back, and he fed it in here for Son, who drove against Morgan, and Tottenham have a corner.
After just talking him up moments ago, it's really poor from Kasper Schmeichel. Just plays a low fizzer right down the middle of the pitch. Spurs get a little bit of luck, but you probably fancy Son to get a really decent effort on that goal, but well read by Morgan, getting across and helping his goalkeeper out.
He's getting in. Some videos. Oh. Reload. So what did that work? Back.
That was a dicey clearance, and Chilwell is quickly onto it. Chilwell driving and then siding wide. It's a bit like.
What is that? Terrible right there. Twitter. Let's have a look. Let's figure out how this app works.
Evans. There's some movement on the Leicester bench now. Maddison. Gray. Wrapped up by Lloris.
Poor shot in the end from Gray, but much better from him. Really showing determination to try and make something happen for his Leicester team. Found himself in that similar position to Son, just didn't quite find the quality of finish in the end, but does have real skill. Damari Gray, if he could just show us a bit more.
Leicester preparing a double change, which in a sense, Leon, answers the change of gear that you were questioning right at the start of the second half. Throwing on a couple of smart ball users and taking off at least one of their defensive midfield players.
You give those players who are out there the opportunity to go and show that they can be on the front foot, that they can go and unlock this Spurs defence and get the goal they need, but hasn't been the case so far. Still been largely on the back foot at the start of this second half, so Claude Puel will go to his bench to try and inspire a bit more in that attacking third.
We're going to see Albrighton and Gazal, two exciting dribblers. Maddison with the Leicester free kick. In by Maddison, met by Evans. Just scooped up by Lloris, in the view of many behind the goal from behind the line.
Good look on first appearance, as if he scooped it from behind the line, but good delivery from Maddison. Evans gets there first. I think Alderweireld did enough, defended it well enough, but certainly sort of looked like it was. There you see quite clearly the ball is out of play. Linesman may have been blocked. A few on the far side of that pitch.
Alderweireld winks. And a bobbler which Lloris wouldn't thank him for. And Chilwell hard at the back of Aurier.
You have to be careful of your Spurs. You're in control of this game at the moment. You don't want to give this Leicester City team and this Leicester City crowd certainly the opportunity to really raise the roof, and Chilwell coming through with a big header, giving it tackles, the opportunity to tackle it. Don't want to raise the level of this crowd.
Well, here are the changes. First to be withdrawn is Kelechi Iheanacho, and his immediate replacement, the Algerian Rashid Ghezal. He has gone immediately into an advanced position. Looks to me as though Damari Gray is going to play through the middle now. Albrighton also having come on in place of Vicente Iborra, so Leicester have reverted now to their regular pair of defensive midfield, Mendy and Ndidi.
Yeah, Albrighton will come and play out on this left-hand side where he's played a large part of his career here at Leicester. Gazal over on that right-hand side, Gray through the middle, Maddison back where he wants, just off a striker, given opportunities to thread passes through.
Sissoko. Made 60-70 yards there.
It's brilliant for your team, that. There's no support and you're hoping he can get you something, and he's just run 60-70 yards. 2 or 3 Leicester players around him couldn't get the ball back, and yes, he gets a throw in the end, but really does get his team up the pitch and relieves the pressure.
Winks. Constant Leicester formation now, out of necessity, as that is a window of opportunity. Morrison is back. Evans was composed.
Yeah, dealt with it well. Never easy then when a striker's bearing down on you. You don't know where he is because you've got to keep your eye on the ball. But he did that. Good defending by Evans.
Ndidi, now Mendy. Given back to Davis, shifted quickly up to Mora, who's fed it through here for Son. Face to face with Morgan. Son's cross, Dele Alli! 2-0 Tottenham.
2-0 Tottenham.
A degree of comfort now for Spurs on the road. They have picked Leicester off and have them where they want them. Dele Alli's 50th Tottenham goal.
Claude Puel will be going absolutely berserk. He's just made changes to try and influence his side in an attacking sense, and Mendy gives the ball away so cheaply, allows Spurs to attack 3v2. Just when you think they've run out of spaces and options, Son being so wide, He has the composure to pick out a fantastic cross to Dele Alli, who's just about onside. Just leaves it in that area over the defenders. Chilwell still up the field, hasn't quite had the opportunity to get back in full stretch. With a low diving header, you'd still fancy a man with Dele Alli's quality to find the back of the goal. It's so close to being offside, but with him leaning to the left, probably helps give the benefit of the doubt with the linesman.
Well, it'll be very interesting to see that with a line.
Assistant referee, beg your pardon.
Old habits.
But if any man was going to score tonight, you would have fancied Dele Alli. He really has been involved in most, if not all, of Spurs' best moments in this game. Lively, sharp, the speed of thought, all been at it tonight. He deserves his goal. As I said, when you Claude Puel and you've just made 2 changes to try and get your team back into the game.
Maddison, it's a good stretch by Alderweireld. Davis out of harm's way. Dele Alli, Lucas Moura, claimed by Chilwell. Leicester looking to react positively if possibly they can. Brighton, Ndidi, Maddison. Repelled by Winks. Sifted out by Son. Lucas Moura got wobbly knees.
It's encouraging that for Leicester though. On 2 occasions they managed to get Maddison turned 5 or 10 yards outside that Spurs penalty area. First time tried to play a through ball into Damari Gray. Good block by Vertonghen. Second time he tried to get a shot away. Encouraging.
Chilwell away from Sissoko. Out by Davis. First there was Mendy. Ndidi. All Brighton. Well watched by Vertonghen. Well kept by Dele Alli. Off goes Son again. Ndidi dispossesses him. All Brighton. Ricardo. Gazal. Ricardo Pereira. It's a kind deflection off Davis for Lloris.
It was a kind deflection, but it's much better that from Leicester City. Keeping the ball from one side to the other, winning the ball back very quickly when Spurs are in possession. And on this side, you know what you're going to get from Albrighton. He gets the ball out of his feet and he tries to put deliveries into penalty areas. So you've got to be there as a Leicester player. You've got to be arriving in the box.
Unsurprisingly, the Tottenham supporters in their corner of the ground now are in very, very good voice. A victory here lifts them up to 3rd in the Premier League. They'll be within 5 points of Manchester City, 6 of Liverpool at the top. Certainly today it's been made to feel like a very exciting 2-horse race, and Spurs would like to consider themselves a 3rd horse. Done an awful lot wrong this season. Derby days are not quickly or easily forgotten. They can remain painful, but notwithstanding that, Spurs are in a tasty place on the shoulder of the big 2, assuming they see this through. Not got an easy December. It's no straightforward fixture on the face of it. They have to go, as mentioned, to Arsenal again in the League Cup. They've got to go up to Everton a couple of days before Christmas.
Spurs can just keep trying to tick along. I mean, Pochettino seems to like not being considered in the title race, just being on the coattails of the 2 front runners ticking along, and his team have done fantastic so far this season.
Ndidi. Maddison. Strong challenge from Alderweireld. The referee was very well positioned and saw nothing untoward. Winks. Son had his ankle tapped, and the referee was going to his pocket and showing a yellow card to Mark Albrighton.
Well, Leicester City and Maddison in particular are far from happy with that 1 minute in the game. Maddison's speaking to the referee right now, feeling he was definitely fouled on the edge of that Spurs penalty area. Moments later, seems a good tackle actually by Alderweireld, but Maddison certainly over to the referee.
Two-man Leicester wall. Davis and Son once more. Well advanced. In by Son, just out of the reach of Vertonghen.
Defended it well in the end, Mendy. Just thought maybe he was going to get exposed 2v1 at the back post there, but just got his body in the way, defended it really well. Maddison. Bray. Flag was up long before the whistle went. The referee, I think, gave it a heartbeat to see whether advantage would accrue. It didn't. It's a foul on Maddison, but I think Davis just stands on his leg a little bit as he comes down. Maybe Maddison's certainly not happy with the foul. Opportunity now again for Leicester City, but good delivery into that Tottenham penalty area. Haven't quite opened them up in open play enough. Could be a real opportunity from a set piece. Giselle keeping company with Maddison behind the ball. Two-man Tottenham wall. In by Maddison, out by Davis. And Didi called it pretty sweet. Lifted it wide. Did, but it was never really troubling. Hugo Lloris in that Spurs goal. Very difficult technique he tried there.
First Tottenham change. Sees the introduction at the expense of Lucas Moura of Christian Eriksen. I guess the simplest supposition was that, especially if they had a lead, Tottenham wouldn't risk Eriksen ahead of the Barcelona game, but of course there's always the counter-argument that he would want a few minutes in his legs, and his first contribution was a typically silky pass towards Son.
Bad sub to bring on though at this stage of the game, is it? Just giving him a bit of a run out before what was expected to be a full game, you'd say, in Barcelona. Just making sure he's at that level. Also to make sure that they win this game. This is still an important game for Spurs today. Pick up all 3 points. They're in a really good position. They've got themselves in here. They need to make sure that they see the 90 minutes through.
At Crystal Palace next weekend. Certainly in need of points. And then they have a League Cup quarter-final against Manchester City. Still in that competition too. After next weekend, Leicester's fixture list reads Manchester City at home, Chelsea away, Manchester City at home again. Good luck with that.
It just shows how crucial it is to pick up points when you get good runs of games in the league, when you play so-called Leicester teams, because it's not easy picking up points when there's a top 6 in the league at the moment, and you find yourself coming up and look at the run Bournemouth have had of late. 4 of the top 5 or 6 teams in the country in the last 4 games. It's not easy to win those.
Chilwell's throw. All Brighton's cross. Tottenham's header clear. He let it roll. Sissoko helped him over. Maddison. Gray. Tamari Gray looked to square it. Given that there was very little target area for a shot.
He was unlucky in the end, the way the ball bounced back off him. But the initial part was great, the way he took the ball. Probably got a little bit of luck, but that's what he needs to do more. Run at the back four of Tottenham Hotspur. Try and take people on, commit defenders. It's unfortunate that it bounced back off him at the time, but he'd be a dangerous player when he does that.
Son. Aurier. Sissoko. Another play by Johnny Evans. Ricardo couldn't keep it. Davis snatched it. Eriksson for Son.
Creating an opportunity, but it's far too easy to get into this Leicester City penalty area at the moment.
Tamari Gray. And again by Vertonghen.
They didn't get the look on that occasion, but that's what they've got to do. Be on the front foot. Albrighton winning the ball back there off Aurier. Didn't bounce for his team, but you've got to hunt in packs. Try and close this Spurs team down. You're 2-0 down at home. You've got to go and try and affect the game. Get the crowd on side. Make them make a real noise. In the second half, Leicester haven't really seemed to have troubled the Spurs team at all.
Didi. Gazal. Ricardo. And behind by Aurier.
Better from Leicester. Move the ball from side to side. A little bit more pace and tempo in the attack. Pereira down in that right-hand side.
Slung in by Albrighton. And nicked out by Sissoko. And Leicester must come again. A quarter of an hour left in the game. It's not beyond them. Madison with depth. Out by Dyer. Collected by Mendy. Back in by Gazal. Came all the way through to Morgan, who couldn't keep it from going behind.
Disappointed with Morgan with the bounce of the ball, but they had more players in the penalty area on that occasion. Means more of a threat.
Well, this is all that Leicester needed. Behind, principally to that glorious goal just before half-time, and indeed to an assist from him that followed for Dele Alli's header. And Son, after a match-winning display, only goes and gives way to a man who has 13 career goals against Leicester City, one Harry Kane, 12 of those for Tottenham, 11 of those in the Premier League, including 2 hat-tricks. These are his favourite victims.
And even though there's only 17 minutes in the game, you wouldn't put him past him scoring. And he certainly won't be coming on just to get through these 13 minutes. He'll want a goal. He'll see this as an opportunity to add to his tally. Demand that his teammates create opportunities for him.
Just at the moment in the Premier League charts, it's Aubameyang 10, and after his hat-trick today, Salah 10, and then down to Kane, Murray, Sterling, Wilson, all on 8. Amuses me that Tottenham fans without fail, when Harry Kane appears, sing their regular ironic song, "He's just a one-season wonder." Gone quite a long way beyond that now. Ricardo, Ndidi, Davis couldn't come away with it, but Eriksen does. Ricardo steals it back. And Ndidi plays it in, and Vertonghen gets rid. And it was out of play before Eriksen brought it under control. Gazal. Thumped up by Dyer. Kane's the chaser. Johnny Evans will be aware. Aurier, Kane, Winks. Shoulder from Harry Winks. Davis, Eriksen, and out by Ndidi for a Tottenham corner. You just get the feeling that Spurs are operating in second gear at the moment. It's very comfortable for them. The moment they want to step up their tempo to really burst into the Leicester City half, there's opportunities there for them. So Serge Aurier's got a problem, and that is a big problem for Tottenham in view of the game this week. If Kieran Trippier's not fit either, those are the two senior right full backs ailing, and it could represent a window of huge opportunity for young Kyle Walker-Peters, who is preparing to replace Aurier here. He has been playing within himself for the last 15 minutes or so, Aurier. Refusing to overlap or push up. Does look like he's been struggling with something since half-time. We saw Walker-Peters having quite a vigorous warm-up at half-time. Maybe he was told at that point that Aurier was feeling something, but it's finally caught up with him. I don't know what the prognosis is for Trippier midweek, or indeed what it will be for Aurier, but 21-year-old Kyle Walker-Peters is coming on here to play his first part in the Premier League since actually coming up with 2 assists in the 5-4 game against Leicester right at the back end of last season. He's made 1 start in the League Cup this season at the end of October at West Ham, and he stays back near halfway for this Tottenham corner. Winks, Eriksen, Davis. Great opportunity for the young man. Talk about trying to be patient. He's in a very good squad in Tottenham Hotspur at the moment. 2 top-class full-backs in Trippier and Aurier. Does have to be patient, does have to keep performing daily in training. And when an opportunity like this comes along, try and show the manager what he can do. Shinji Okazaki is coming on in place of Nampalys Mendy as Leicester have one final fling. Eriksen, Kane, away from Ndidi, Assisting for Dele Alli, who split the difference between Schmeichel and Eriksen.
When you watch top-class teams, you're always impressed with how fast they're prepared to wrap the ball into each other. The way Harry Kane
Sissoko's touch wasn't tidy, and Evans hoisted it high. Winks, Dyer. He came away with it. Gray, Tottenham through the back of him. The offside flag was already up. Carried it out. 10 minutes left for Leicester to try and rescue something here.
Gonna have to offer something a lot more than they have in the first 80 minutes of this game.
Gray looking to fiddle it through for Maddison. The Peters went over Gray's challenge. And Gray's going to be shown a yellow card for that.
The referee's right to give him a yellow card, but that was indicative of the game so far for Leicester City, finding themselves with opportunities in the last third of this pitch, trying to pick out through balls and just not making the crucial pass when necessary, just under-hitting a pass or getting it blocked, not giving themselves opportunities to get shots away.
Nice apology from Gray to Walker Peters there. There are a couple of young England lads who will have come through the age groups together. Same occurred to him earlier in the game when Harry Winks and Damari Gray were face to face on a couple of feisty occasions. Ricardo, Brighton, in flew Davis.
A couple of times Tottenham players have come off a little bit sore after tackles. Aurier's already have to go off injured. Davis struggling to, he's limping at the moment. Walker Peters on the end of a booking a moment ago from a tackle. Concerned Pochettino as this game goes into the last 10 minutes, making sure that his players all come through injury free.
Ndidi. Gray. Tomorrow Gray, super block by Walker Peters. Okazaki got it back temporarily and did enough to force a corner.
Vertonghen's thinking it was a foul. Okazaki certainly used his body to muscle Vertonghen out the way of the ball, forcing a corner for his team.
In by Maddison, it's a super punch from Lloris. Back by Ndidi! He does have a couple of spectacular goals on his CV.
Well, from the evidence tonight, it's not through a lack of trying. He does swing from the hip. Obviously, they do come off on occasion, but I think quite often, more often than not, anyway, they find row Z.
Winks. Brighton.
Indeed, you scored against West Ham here.
Yes.
I remember watching that. It was a terrific goal. So he does have. It took a slight deflection, but he does have moments in him. He certainly hasn't had his shooting boots on this evening.
Jesus. Jones on the chase. Morgan had a other two head start. Indeed.
FIFA on a budget.
A few have decided that beating the traffic is the better option now. Finding it hard to believe that Leicester will come up with a couple of goals in the last 6 minutes. They might change direction if something comes of this though. Here's Chilwell.
Svenska Slav.
Knocked out by Dyer.
Well done.
You can see why they've struggled to score or create opportunities tonight. Last 5 minutes of the game. Chilwell's career down this left-hand side. Opportunity, puts the ball into the penalty area. And Spurs outnumber Leicester 5-2 in that penalty area. It's almost difficult to score goals when that's the case.
0. 85th minute. Leicester ain't coming back into this game. All the waste money.
Well, it's a super day for us all as you join us here. Martin Tyler along with Alan Smith, of course. We're excited. I hope you're excited too. The action coming up from the FUT Champions Weekend League.
Well, you look down there, perfect playing surface. He's an ex-footballer. I just wish I was 20 years younger. I'd love to be in one of these teams. Two really good outfits as well.
Now we can check on the starting lineup. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. The keeper might be needed. He's had a real go. It's a decent effort that with plenty of distinction.
Yeah, not far away. He really did visit, didn't he?
Picked off that pass. Now he's got the ball and a chance to create something. On the attack here. Couldn't hold on to the ball. It worked really to read the intention of the pass. They've lost the ball in a bad area. The referee's letting it go. This is an opportunity. When you concede a free kick in an area like this, you could be in serious trouble.
Players into that Tottenham penalty area.
David Silva's first on the scene, Martin.
Tottenham defence, because I'll end up getting 1v1 with. He's all the viral at the back post there.
Right, he's locked. Decided to take the shot on from the free kick.
He's trying to catch the keeper out there. Able to make expected a shot
from the team in blue.
Could be his game today, the way he's been playing recently.
Well, he's loving this competition. Really, he's scoring for fun so far.
Poor on the ball. Good ball from Christian Eriksen. That's safely away. Assistant looking very confident about that one. Referee gave the offside. Fred, Christian Eriksen. He's blocked that well.
Again, getting men into that.
Well, it's one of those that hits the post and goes in.
Please tell me.
He might have missed it. I don't know, but he doesn't care.
Past his head.
So the first goal, it's 1-0.
Gazelle. Madison.
Aubameyang.
Sifted wide for Chilwell.
Eriksen. Good awareness by the referee to play the advantage here. On the move and able to cut out the pass. Oh, he's through. Treads it through.
The brightest start.
Oh, come on.
It's a corner.
Looking as though he is on his game.
Well, he's cleared the danger.
On Tuesday.
it seems like job done for Spurs here this evening.
This could be it. It was close enough to think for a moment that they might have gone 2 in front.
Yeah, it's not the easiest, but it was a decent effort.
Taking opportunities if they couldn't really. Going all out to get that third goal. All about preserving the legs maybe.
Great job from Aubameyang. Splendid goal here. Into the area where the post joins the crossbar. Inside both post and crossbar. And it's in. Just widen the margin here to 2-0. Fellaini.
Only goal he scored actually for Leicester so far was the one you will certainly recall when Alisson had his bizarre moment.
Patience is the name of the game at the moment.
Laid it on a plate.
And he's trying to get it away. Mohamed Salah. Threaded through by Aubameyang. He's through here. Ericsson!
Beautiful goal! Right, this game, man. How am I so offbeat? Lead from football.
Shot away Harry Kane there, just couldn't find that half a yard. All he needs, usually he just couldn't find it, whether it be to shoot through the legs of a Leicester City defender.
Does extend their margin now at an important time.
There's a huge golfing class out there, Martin, and that's been shown by the scoreline.
One team really on their game today, the other very off colour. Fellaini. Here's Laporta.
So
maybe
to stop
all
it
the wide
time,
out.
of which there will
Silva.
be 3 minutes.
Dini. It's a quick break. Well, they're losing by a lot, but they've actually now improved the situation.
Madison.
They've just run away from them. They're likely to do that in the match if they keep playing like this.
Yeah, such a dangerous side on the counter-attack. They move the ball from back to front so quickly.
Just a reminder, 3-1 it is now.
On this occasion, Okazaki, but
Whipped in
City
from the
have
wide
got a
area.
much better team since
Oh, it's a
come onto the
brilliant
field.
volley.
He gives
It
them
deserved
pace,
better.
he gives them drive.
Flipping the frame of the goal.
You can see him breathing really heavily. He's only been on
He thought he'd scored with
15 minutes, but he really does put himself about. That's
Come
what
on,
Spurs
Mark.
needed in this game. They haven't troubled Spurs enough tonight.
Ericsson.
Spurs have found it far too easy. Spurs will be delighted
Come on,
with
Mark.
their night's
Wild
work.
effort at goal.
Away with a
Got
victory.
good contact on the ball.
Comfortable victory, no real strain, no real panic in getting it.
He's got some room out here in the wide position. Spaced across the ball now. Ericsson. Here's Sané. Place to try and hit it now. That's deflected behind. It will be a corner. Got the corner in the middle. Sané! Well, he is a defender, isn't he? He's defended his side perfectly there. This turnover could be costly against a side that can break like
You can
this.
see he's still closing the ball down.
Eddie ain't okay.
He's cut it out.
92nd minute, still desperate to try and make something happen for his team. It's a great attitude to have.
It's out, it'll be a throw. Here's Martial. Dini saw the pass coming and got there first. Opportunity in a wider area. Ericsson.
Oh, get out of here, man.
They scored.
This is just bullshit.
It's point blank range.
This is bullshit.
You've got to be there to score. You've got to be there to miss it as well, but he didn't.
I have to say it's so one-sided today, but all credit to the team that are racking up the goals.
Well, it's been a very steady, promising,
Antonio. Real promise about that build-up until that challenge. The break is definitely on.
regardless of a few
Got to keep his nerve here. Super reflexes from the goalkeeper.
Where is that normal?
Still on the attack, and they've got a corner. Ericsson's corner.
Always seemed to be on the stretch, but I couldn't quite get above it.
Competition really have come at this Spurs team today, caused the problems, but
that out well
allowed
read.
Spurs to dictate the play and play at their own tempo and their own speed. And you played against top
Looking
sides
good, this move.
like that, they'll eventually pick you up.
Challenge in sharp. Good work, really, to lead the intention of the pass.
Truth be told, for Pochettino,
He really gave it the laces there, didn't he, Alan?
Yeah, he did connect with it beautifully. Not a bad effort at all.
Because those he selected came up trumps for him.
His
Son
throw here.
Heung-min with a goal of very high quality just before half-time, and then he was involved in teeing up Dele Alli for a second just before the hour. Everything Spurs would have wanted ahead of their trip to Barcelona.
Well,
they
they're
won
building
at Leicester
steadily here,
and moved up
working
into
away.
the top three again by 2 goals to nil.
An important and enjoyable return to winning ways.
Added time is 3 minutes.
3 minutes of added time.
Fellaini. I think he saw the look from the other player and saw where the pass was going and read it. Turnover there that we didn't expect. So there we are, half-time. Well, what a player, what a performance.
Money sharp, indeed. 4-1 down, boy. This game's giving them no breaks.
And off we go for the second half of this weekend league match. We've given it straight to the opposition. Free kick coming up. Kyle Walker. Can really get at the opposition here. Walker's lost the ball here. Well, when they do say, and you've been in the... Probing with the pass. Anthony Martial. The shot's on. Got in the way. A real chance here. One goal back. Is it enough to spark a comeback? Doubt it, but we'll see. Plenty of goals for the fans here. 4-2. Off we go again.
Goal for the visitor.
Christian Eriksen.
Number 10.
2-0.
Troy Deeney.
Fabinho. Eriksen. Sane. Attacking now. He's got his shot off now. No doubt that's a corner. Played in by Eriksen. Well, he's cleared the danger. It's gone out for a throw. Antonio Valencia. Bit of space for him. Now out on the wing. Quick-witted and quick in his movement too to intercept there. They can be quick on the break now. Frustrating for them, really. That was the opportunity to play on the break, but it's broken down. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Maybe he'll cross it here. There's a target at the front post. Gone for the header, and we love to see that, especially you, Alan, but you could head it much, much better than this one.
Well, you've got to be committed to those headers, and he wasn't quite.
Toby Alderweireld. Fellaini. Deeney. Fellaini. Shots on! Well, that's great work by the goalkeeper. And it's been an hour of very good football here. We've still got 30 more minutes to go, and I'm sure we're going to enjoy that as well. Now Laporte. It's a good place to win the ball here. Silva. Deeney. And the referee blows his whistle. The flag was up for offside. Here's Walker. Got to pass the ball a bit better than this if they're going to make progress. Giving it straight away. Trying to get the ball in behind. Not able to take full advantage of a good position. James Forrest. Well, they're building steadily here, working away. A decent fist away by the keeper. Bit predictable with. And here's the shot. He blocked it then. Chance to go at the opposition with pace. Antonio. It's a great tackle. He's really been solid today. Eriksen. think the wide man's got a chance here. There's space out near the touchline. The shot's on! Aubameyang. Plenty of power, but not too much direction. Such a range of goals from Aubameyang, but he loves getting into scoring positions. I don't think we expected this. Such a one-sided affair, but look at the scoreline. Now here's a chance to get at the opposition. Saw the pass coming and got there first. Made a quick interception. Deeney. It's a poor touch and the possession's gone away. Fellaini. Antonio. Here's Martial. That's a brilliant challenge. Just over quarter of an hour left on my watch. Deeney. Antonio. Got on one possession back for that tackle. Equator. Good vision. Needs to stay cool now. Shots on here. Splendid goal here. And that's the third, the hat-trick. It's a day he'll...
I pretty much, nobody's exempt from the ice cube. So, I talk about politics, but I talk about hood, I talk about everything. So, you just got to get in line.
Let me ask you this, though, one last thing about politics. So let's say...
Backing up the goal.
Can you still do business with people that you don't agree or with their
all the time? Yeah, that's what I've been doing in the business my whole career. It's like these dudes ain't all down with my philosophy. Motivation, so to speak. So, I feel like I've been working with the other side forever. Yeah, I do. You gotta check. You gotta check foolishness and stop people when they're just blatantly wrong or they're ignorant and they don't understand. I can't see anybody saying something crazy when I do in the movie. Sometimes they don't understand. They don't understand the culture. They don't understand the flavor, and you gotta just kind of educate.
Like they don't think it's wrong. They just saying how they really feel, not knowing that it's true.
Yeah, it's just. They're removed trying to be cool. So, it's always some stumbles. What's something you've heard?